I'm not dead.
What? Nothing. Here's your ninepence.
I'm not dead.
Here. He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is. I'm not.
He isn't?
Well, he will be soon. He's very ill. I'm getting better.
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment. Oh.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm going to be doing a little kind of scatterbrain topic here. It's so weird. I wanted to talk about character deaths and how I feel like nowadays they mean absolutely nothing. And I remember when characters died in shows and movies and even games, it was such a impactful thing, an emotional thing, like oh my god stuff. But now, there's a lot of, especially nowadays, bringing characters back to life, or they were never dead to begin with and stuff, and it's just kind of like this, cliche thing, that's been going on, and I hate it now. I really don't like it. And two big franchises, y'all know where I'm going with this, two big franchises are very guilty of doing this, Star Wars and Marvel. But other franchises have done it, and again, bringing characters back has never been a new thing. That's existed for a long time in books, shows, look at Wrath of Khan, Spock dies and gets reborn in search for Spock and stuff. So it's not a new thing, but yeah, we'll look at fucking Into Darkness. At least in Star Trek, it kind of makes sense with the Vulcan race of rebirth and stuff. And with the Genesis. But Kirk dying Into Darkness makes no fucking sense. He's completely dead, and they're just like, oh, a magic thing makes him come back to life. I'm just like, wait, what? But, I don't know. I feel like character deaths meant something. In Game of Thrones, when Ned Stark dies, that is the entire, almost main plot of the show that starts the war of Game of Thrones, the war of all these kingdoms, because of the death of Ned Stark. It's the most important death in the entire show. It's one of the most important deaths in television is Ned Stark dying. A main character dying in the first fucking season. Ballsy, and it... Imagine as, the final season, Ned's like, I'm still alive, and stuff. You're like, huh? And that's why in the show they didn't bring Lady Catelyn back, because she is still alive, kind of, zombified in the books. But they didn't do that in the show, because her death was just so impactful, they just wanted to keep her dead. And I understand that. It could work for the books, but maybe it works better as her dead in the show. And I agree with that. The only character they brought back was Jon, and it was a little okay. I think it would have been interesting if Jon Snow just stayed dead. That would have been fascinating to watch, but fine. It's fine. I can live with it. Whatever. Magic, whatever. Because we saw Melisandre, she could bring people back before, so I get it. Okay, fine. But, character deaths are meant to mean something. It's supposed to impact the story, get an emotional response out of us, or even when it's a bad guy, seeing the good guy win and you're just yes. But Star Wars, holy shit, man. I know this really started with Darth Maul coming back. Don't get me wrong, man. I love Darth Maul. I love him. He's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I love his returning. His returning was fucking cool. Sam Witwer is fantastic. His arc in the Clone Wars and everything with him in Rebels with Ezra is good stuff. It's good. His ending with Obi-Wan is a great ending to his character. However, that being said, I have to say, him getting ripped in half and surviving that fall is just stupid. It's really dumb. When you get ripped, your legs can get blown off and still survive, but when your waist, torso here is ripped, you're dead. It doesn't matter. You're dead. I know they make a little excuses for it. No, he's dead. No, he's dead. But you gotta. It's a fantasy show. I know you gotta just deal with it. But he died in Phantom Menace. But they brought him back. That's fine, because I love him. I love Darth Maul. But then they do it with Boba Fett. Boba Fett, we saw in Return of the Jedi. He died in the Sarlacc pit. And now, 20 years later, he's out of the Sarlacc pit, and he's okay, and he's now a good guy? What? It's weird. The years in the Sarlacc pit made him a good guy. It's just... it's so dumb. It's really stupid. We didn't need Boba Fett back. Boba Fett was always just this character who barely spoke, and he was just kind of this guy people liked because he was just kind of cool looking, and he was bounty hunter, and then he just fucking dies, and just like, whoa, that's crazy. And then that's it. That's all he was. But now we're like, okay, he has to have his own show now, and him being a good guy, and he's old and out of shape. Like, wait, who wanted this? Like, it just like bringing him back. Like, now when you watch Return of the Jedi, just like it means nothing. And now you watch Boba Fett in the original series, you're just like, okay, well, don't worry, in a few years he's gonna be an out of shape old guy that fights for freedom and stuff. I'm like, well, like, huh? And another, the one that probably angers me the most is Palpatine. Bringing Palpatine back is like they're like, okay, we don't know what to do. Just bring Palpatine back. Ridiculous. Like, yeah, we threw him down a shaft and he exploded. And it was Darth Vader's arc to do that. But he's still alive. What? And that was the plan the whole time. No, that's just dumb. It's like, it takes away their deaths. And like, Darth Maul's death is like an arc for Obi-Wan. He's avenging his master, and then he rips him in half, and it's such a fucking cool scene. And I'm like, whoa. And Boba Fett dying on the Sarlacc pit is just such an interesting and kind of funny scene, because he's this character that's not even meant to be a character, and everyone just gives so much shit about him, and he just dies in this funny way. It's kind of hilarious. And then Palpatine dying is the arc of Darth Vader. So bringing them all back makes no sense, and there's no point to it. They had their stories, like, and it ended. So I would love to see like a prequel of Darth Maul, but like, again, Darth Maul I can live with the most because what they do with him is really cool. But and what they do with Boba Fett and Palpatine is not very cool. So yeah, I don't know. And okay, so it also goes for like the Matrix, like, you know, the Matrix, Neo and Trinity are back. Like, okay, fine, Neo back, whatever. At the end of Revolutions, you don't know if he's literally dead, but we saw Trinity die. The fucking wires went through her. She's dead, but she's okay. And then there's a new one, and I love like Morpheus. The Morpheus, the one who doesn't die in the third movie, is not really in the new one, Lawrence Fishburne. It's Neo and Trinity who died. I'm like, oh god. No, there's no stakes or tension because everyone should be brought back. And the biggest guilty one of them all is fucking Marvel. Oh my god. Because of the multiverses. I hate the multiverses. I hate that shit. Because they're like, well, because then anyone can just come back now. Like, all these emotional moments with these characters is just like ruined. Like, in Infinity War, seeing Loki. Oh, Loki fakes his death twice. But in, like, Infinity War, Loki finally dies. You're like, oh my god, this is so sad. Loki's dead. They're like, don't worry, time travel, Loki is now in the multiverse and all that stuff, variants and stuff. There's millions of Lokis and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so his death meant nothing. So when you watch his death in Infinity War, it means nothing. Absolutely. Everyone's like, well, it's still the Loki, Thor's brother. I'm like, well, us as the audience still know Loki's there. It's still this Loki. He's got his own show. Like, okay, like, his death meant nothing. And then even Gamora's death was really sad. Like, Thanos actually cares about Gamora. It's someone he cares about. And he kills her. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? But don't worry, time travel again. She's back. And it's old school Gamora that we don't care about. Like, the Gamora that we all love is now this Gamora with no personality. Yeah. They basically just gave all the personality to Nebula. Just like, so her death meant nothing now. Like, just because now there's a new Gamora. I'm like, it's like, I don't know. It's like, they can just do that now. Like, anyone who dies, just bring them back because the multiverse and stuff. And even like Wanda, like, it's insinuated that she's still alive. I'm like, of course she is. Of course she's still alive. Oh my god. I don't know. you never know who's really dead or not now, because like anyone could be brought back, and just I don't know, just deaths don't have this weight to it anymore in like big franchises and movies and stuff, because there's always like this Deus Ex Machina and just like quick fix, they're brought back to life and stuff. And like even like the DC, like Superman dies and then they bring Superman back, and it's like of course they do. Like I don't know, just I wish like they took like character deaths a little more seriously, and just I hate the cliche of like bringing a character back in just this ridiculous way, or the fake out deaths. Oh, they're annoying, the fake out deaths. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi did that. Like, the Grand Inquisitor gets stabbed and we think he's dead this whole time. You're like, wait, why? How's he dead this whole time? He was in the fucking Rebel show. That doesn't make any sense. But then he comes at the end and he's, like, good as new. I'm like, wait, didn't he just get stabbed, like, at the stomach? And it's like, apparently Qui-Gon's the only one that dies from that, because Reva gets stabbed twice in the stomach and she's okay. And it's like, apparently lightsaber stabs do nothing to anyone now. But, like, fake out deaths and shit like that is ridiculous. I'm telling you, if Marvel gets desperate, they're bringing back Chris Evans and Downey Jr. Maybe as like cameos, but like as like variants or something. I'm telling you, they're that, if they're that desperate, they're gonna fucking do it. Oh god, the part bringing Jane Foster, she's dead now, but she's in, she's in was it Valhalla now? She'll probably be back because no one's really dead. It's annoying. Sorry, I just went on a random tangent. I just wanted to talk about this. It's always been something that bothered me, but let me know in the comments below. What do you think about character deaths? Do you think there's just less meaning behind it now when characters die? Give me those opinions. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.